What if the Epstein files were actually released? Imagine waking up to a world where every sealed document, every redacted name, every protected detail about the Epstein case suddenly becomes public. Not leaked through anonymous sources or summarized by journalists with legal teams breathing down their necks, fully released, unredacted, available for anyone to read. The internet wouldn't just break. It would fracture into a million conversations happening simultaneously, each one peeling back another layer of a system designed to protect itself. This is Imagine That. And today we're exploring what happens when transparency stops being a talking point and becomes reality. When the files that were supposed to stay buried forever see daylight. The immediate chaos. When secrets become headlines. The first 24 hours would be absolute pandemonium. Twitter servers would buckle. News organizations would scramble to verify what they're seeing while simultaneously trying to publish before competitors. PR firms would go into crisis mode. Lawyers would file emergency motions trying to reseal what's already been seen by millions. Some powerful people would try to get ahead of the story with carefully worded apologies. Others would simply vanish from public view. But here's what most people miss. The chaos isn't the point. The chaos is just noise that happens before the real transformation begins. The system exposed, how power protects itself. Right now, powerful people don't stay powerful by accident. They stay powerful because the system is designed with escape hatches built into the architecture. Sealed records that protect privacy somehow always shield perpetrators, while victims' names keep leaking. Legal maneuvers that only expensive attorneys know how to execute. Justice that moves at glacial pace for the wealthy and light speed for everyone else. The files staying hidden isn't a bug in our justice system, it's a feature. When you release those files, you're not just exposing individual crimes, you're revealing the entire infrastructure that made those crimes possible. The enablers who looked away, the institutions that facilitated access, the legal systems that prioritized protecting reputations over protecting victims. The cultural reckoning. Trust in freefall. That philanthropist whose foundation funds children's causes. That politician who campaigned on family values. That CEO who lectures about corporate ethics. When the gap between public image and private action becomes undeniable, it doesn't just destroy individual reputations. It obliterates faith in the categories those people represented. People would start asking uncomfortable questions about every institution they'd been taught to trust. If these powerful figures were protected for this long, what else is being hidden? The conspiracy theories that seemed paranoid yesterday would look like conservative estimates today. The long-term shift, accountability as precedent, but the real change would be gradual. Once you prove that powerful people can actually be held accountable, the entire calculation changes. The next person in power thinks twice before assuming their connections will protect them. The next whistleblower feels less alone. That's what transparency really does. It doesn't just expose the past, it recalibrates the risk assessment for the future. When secrecy stops being reliable protection, behavior changes. Not because people suddenly develop ethics, but because the cost-benefit analysis shifts. The uncomfortable truth. Maybe that's the real reason those files stay sealed. Not because releasing them would be too damaging to individual reputations, but because full transparency would force a confrontation with how many systems we trust are fundamentally designed to protect power over people. It would reveal that justice has been optional for those who can afford the right lawyers and connections. It would expose that sealed for the good of the case often means sealed for the good of the defendant's reputation. The question that remains. Those files probably won't be fully released. There are too many powerful people with too much to lose, too many legal mechanisms to prevent it. But imagining what would happen if they were released reveals something crucial. How much of our social order depends on selective transparency, on making sure some stories never get told completely. The files staying sealed isn't about privacy, it's about power. And recognizing that matters whether those documents ever see daylight or not. The truth doesn't need to be released to change how you see the world. You just need to ask why it's being hidden in the first place.